Alrighty. See if we can pick up on any other storylines that's going on right now in the collective. There definitely is a big... I think this holiday's triggering a lot for people. Something's going on. Someone tell me in the comments if you know what's going on with the planetary alignments that might be causing this, right? South Node. Yeah, there's got to be something going on. Pisces. Push and pull here. 12. There's something going on with past life karma being cleared out. Something going on with past life karma. Medicine woman, medicine man, medicine woman. There's definitely something surrounding a healer, someone who's come. A healer that has returned. It's the kind of person that would have just random knowledge about stuff. Don't mind the noise in the background. We got kids watching their movies. They like sing and stuff like that. There's a lot of darkness. A lot of darkness going on right now. There's a calling of the storm going on. A storm beginning to stir up here. Someone who's being peaceful among the thorns, right? Someone who's in a situation who's biting their tongue, right? How opposite could these two be, but they're both still standing still, right? There's a lot to do with body image going on here. Temple of my body, not taking care of your body, not liking your body, picking yourself apart, things like that, right? Someone is definitely fragmented. They're pulled in a whole bunch of different directions, and somebody is hiding their true selves. Mountain of Strength. Right, I always get Thich Nhat Hanh's quote whenever I see this card. My foundations are as sturdy as a mountain. My lakes are calm and clear. And my emotions are as calm as its lakes. And it's definitely there's a lot of imagery around water today. The last one had a lot of water imagery too. I believe it was a lake of stillness too. And this is mountains and lakes, right? And this is someone, I feel like there's somebody who's definitely standing firm in a foundation, right? Waves. Yeah, of course, with the water's themes, right? A lot of stillness. I think a lot of people are trying to keep the stillness, but there's still waves being made. Something making waves. Remember one time one of the members of the Silver Cord was telling me that she had a dream that me and a friend of mine was hosting a party in the mountains, and there was a lake outside. And she said, but under the lake, she goes, every now and then you'd hear a thump and a bang, and it was like the edge of, like, something thumping the edges of the lake and kind of making the mountain shake a little bit. It's the imagery I'm picking up right now. I don't know why, but it's the end of the world as we know it just started playing in my mind. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Alright. Alright. So we got this Two of Cups soul connection here, right? I feel like one person's watching the other person, one person's sad about it, right? There's some reason to be sad about this connection. We got the Jack of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like I just get the energy of, right, there's definitely this connection, right, and then there's this one person who's watching the connection who's very sad about it, right? This person's kind of watching this Jack of Swords. I get the sense of, like, you're watching someone who's in kind of a weird toxic mindset, and it's you can't really say anything to a Jack of Swords. That goes against whatever they believe is like the world has to be type of energy, right? I'm picking up very much so. I'm picking up that toxic program of what men are just here to work till they die. Like that's all they're required to do is what? All they got to do is go and punch in and punch out and bring home a paycheck and take out the garbage. That's all they have to do in life, and everything else should be done for them type of deal. Or no, just that's all the effort they have to put in, and life is hard, and you never get ahead, and then everybody dies broke. And that's like the mindset that this person has, and this person on the other side is just like trying to explain that like the world doesn't have to be that way. You can choose to change, right? But there's definitely this power control here, right? I like how much he's clenching that cup in this card. Right? So I got this person like they're clinging to this cup, but they don't look very happy, right? Once again, we got this Queen of Swords overlooking here, and she's just like, yeah, no. What, you're clenching to your cup, but I'm going to have to move on and protect my heart type of energy going on here, right? So you still got these two aces, right? This is the energy that I got. You got two aces here, right? You're my ace. For some reason this came popped up, right? One person is clenching their cup so hard, right? And this person's like, no, I gotta tend to my gardens and stuff, right? I gotta tend to my heart, my cup of heart, where my peace, where my center, where all this is, right? You know, you're insistent on living in this colder world, right? So this person's like, well, I'll happily watch you from the distance. I don't want to fight about it, right? Not trying to fight about it. What's going on the 4D? Now, I always say the 3D is like what it's supposed to be. That's what the gossip is about. That's what it appears to be. That's what people assume things are, right? On the 4D, there's still this Seven of Pentacles, right? I would say it's reap what you sow. And this one it says failure, right? This is somebody who's been spinning around in the sand, right? spinning around in the sand, right? And when you see the spirals, the difference is if you're just spinning in the same circle and you come around to this pivotal point again, and every single year at the same time, around the same time, the third Mercury retrograde of the year, this same exact thing happens. And then it gets resolved, but it's resolved the same exact way. It's the same patterns again. You come all the way around. Bam, here we are, the same exact thing. And I feel like this person feels like they fail every time they sit there, swing around again, fail, swing around again, fail. No. Well, the reason you keep failing is because when you're supposed to circle around, when you get to this point, like how many times do you have to live it? This is the whole point of the movie Groundhog's Day. How many times do you have to hit this point before you hit it at an elevated such point where you'd be like, oh, okay. I get the imagery of playing chess with somebody, right? When you first start playing chess with somebody, the better player usually has the upper hand for a couple of rounds, but the longer you play chess with that person, you start to hit more and more stalemates because you start to learn the game and you start to learn your specific opponent, right? So eventually, I just feel like this person's gotten played a lot. I feel like the past is used against them a lot, right? But there is about to be a major, major victory here, right? Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, but it says success. Somebody's about to get a lot of success and a lot of victory, and they're moving towards that. I think they're moving towards that mindset as well. Like, they've realized this, and they're moving to a higher mindset to bring them some victory here. Whew. The 5D is speaking on an Ace of Cups here, right? There's this fountain of love, this Ace of Cups, but there's still some secrets, right? Someone needs to deliver this sword of truth to the other person, right? If you want to save this soul connection, right? I get the thing that you need to bring the sword of truth and your cup as offering to the Queen of Cups. Definitely watch for 5D messages. I get the imagery of this crow here. What else have we got going on here? What is this sword of truth about? What's this next deck? Alright, we got this Queen of Swords here. Weird in this deck that she's not above looking down. She's actually down looking up. There's a lot of confusion for her. So you got a very confused Queen of Swords going on here. She can be a very defensive person at this point. I was about to say, I feel like because the Seven of Swords is only half colored in, I don't know who started, but anyway, it's only half colored in. This is something. Yeah, there's gaps of information. You got a 3 of Wands here, but then you've got this 4 of Wands that isn't colored in yet. So there's gaps in information here. There's lies. There's lies, or there's a lot of misinformation going on, right? This is 8 of Pentacles about. What skills are somebody perfecting? Somebody's perfecting skills. The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is trying to perfect his skills. The King of Pentacles is trying to perfect his skills to bring justice to a situation, bring balance. King of Cups. Ace of Cups. I get the sort of truth is this person wants to change, right? I get like this person is confused because there's a lot of holes in the information here. There's something to do with 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands there, and this 7 of Swords, right? They're confused. There's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of misdirection, a lot of, I don't get, that's what it is. This person's confused, not because they've been lied to, just because someone is playing that fun game of I didn't lie, I never said anything. But that's what causes people around this person to go crazy. Why? Because this person never says anything. So because they never say anything, they allow the universe, they allow everybody's minds to be open to all this crazy shit, right? But we get a sense of, when it comes to this Sword of Truth and 2 of Cups connection here, there is someone who is trying to sit in like their king energy, right? Again, masculine is perfecting his skills on the King of Pentacles, manifesting and managing resources, and King of Cups, being in control of his own cup. I feel like he's just learning how to tap into that full-on divine energy, right? So this Queen of Swords and this King here. We got someone is about to take a leap here, right? 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Got someone wanting to take a leap. There's a team here. There's some warning about the grass is greener on the other side with this King of Wands, 10 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Knight of Wands, Tower, Hermit. Someone took a leap. They were trying to build a team of some kind. They were trying to come together with something, but the grass was greener, or they always feel like the grass is greener on the other side. They're always looking around like the grass is greener on the other side. You got this King of Wands who's not colored in, right? So we got a colorless King of Wands here. Which I'm just getting someone who doesn't speak their passions, right? You got this 10 of Swords, which is a lot of anxiety and entrapment there. But right after it, we got the 9 of Cups and a decision that needs to be made. And I believe the decision that needs to be made is this Knight of Cups needs to... Knight of Cups. See, I say Knight of Cups, but Knight of Wands. There's something about this Knight of Wands and the decisions he's making that's going to cause a tower And that's why they're in a hermit mode right now. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is getting ready to turn. Someone's being pulled in a direction, right? And that Wheel of Fortune's about to turn. This deck is so weird, right? That Wheel of Fortune's about to turn. Topsy-turvy, right? Yeah, the Chariot being pulled. Alright. You know, everybody's always so scared of that Tower card, but sometimes the Tower is one of the best things that can happen to you. Alright. Anything else you want to snitch on these guys about? What's this Queen of Swords up to? Where's the Queen energy up to? That was what the King energy's up to. What's the Queen energy's up to? My queens, what are we up to? What? 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. What? They're having their own victories. They're having their own victories with their own Pentacles. What? They're in their Empress zone. Five of Pentacles. Now, not interesting, right? So we definitely got the sitting pretty in their 10 of Pentacles, looking victorious, Empress mode, but they do feel out in the cold on some levels. Like I said, they're confused. They're confused because their intuition kept telling them, look, divine intuition is not an easy thing to carry, right? Because you could read people like a book, you could pick up on their energy, you can hear subtle thoughts and stuff like that, but then how the person acts and then what they say is totally different, and the movements that they make are totally contradictory to what you're picking up off them. It can be very, very confusing. I feel like that's kind of what this was about, too. There's definitely some separation due to just being confused, tired of being confused. Yeah. This person's confused. Why? Because there's a sort of truth that still hasn't been delivered, right? And it leads to a lot of conflict. Whatever this is leads to a lot of conflict. It causes this person, because the other person doesn't say anything, causes this person to have to do what? Look back into the past. Look at other people's patterns and programs and see how that went that through, right? My intuition keeps telling me one thing, but it's not coming through because there's a truth that's not being revealed. It's causing a whole bunch of conflict. So now this person's got nothing to do but fall back a little bit on their ego and look towards the past and how people acted in the past to calculate the future. Well, what does that end up doing? It ends up building a big old wall of defensiveness because now this person is worried about old past spilt cups. Yeah. I kind of picked this up earlier, but I didn't want to say anything, but now that it's out, I can. There is a masculine who is moving into King energy. He is going from a Knight of Wands, making big movements to get back into, or to get into the King of Swords energy, right? This is someone who's making moves to go from being a knight to being a king. There is a difference. Right? It's a level of growing up. It's a level of, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's an energy. It's a control. It's a different level of respect you show a king than you show a knight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm picking up on. Why is he doing all this? For the Queen of Cups. Get some intuition cards before we roll out. You want to do that? Or you want to do... Okay. Death. I guess I get the image of you gotta let the old version of yourself die, right? Like, and I've said it before too, like, I never thought I would be the one to tell people to do yoga. And I never thought I'd be, you know, the cliche meditating hippie. I never thought that, you know, I would get into crystals or aliens or any of the weird stuff that I've gotten into. I never thought I would. Right? Once upon a time, I was a snotty little teenager and thought I knew everything about the world, and I made fun of grown-ups who acted like me. But then I grew up and I learned. All right, 6 clouds. Clouds, we got the King of Wands there. And look at the clouds there for a second. Clouds, King of Wands, depression, confusion, and sadness. A young girl must go on a prince-finding journey in the Norwegian tale, East o' the sun, west o' the moon. In this beast of a tale, a young beauty goes off to live with a polar bear. She misses her family, so the bear allows her to go home with the warning that her mother will try to confuse her. He says if he lets her mother speak to her one-on-one, that their happy life will come to a terrible end. And even with the warning, she succumbs to her mother, and as he predicted, she lets her mother's words confuse her. Her actions bring bad luck to her and the bear prince, and eventually there is a happy ending. But this is a tale of sadness that can transpire when confusion clouds the mind. This card highlights things that can go wrong. Where the clouds show up, gloomy thoughts shroud a situation. You should pay attention to the two sides of the clouds. The dark side shows the negative, but the light side can point you to a brighter path. Well, wasn't that what we were all just talking about? Right? There's definitely some confusion that needs to be cleared up. That's what's causing a lot of the problems. And toxic mindsets. Right? Alright. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'll be back as soon as I can, I promise.